All right, so today we have the fabulous Lagoona Blue with us. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm super. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm just so excited to be talking about my new music. So I'm super thrilled. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And yes, I'd like to begin by talking more about your new single, Elle Woods. Can you tell us more about the message behind this track?
Absolutely, yeah. So when we sat down to write this song, and specifically, I wanted to write a song that was all about like overcoming, being overlooked and being underestimated.
Mhm.
And when I sat down with my team, my incredible co-writer Ashley Gordon mentioned that when she was thinking of writing songs, sometimes she likes to think of characters that go through the topic that you want to write about. And she immediately said, "Have you?" She was like, "Do you like Legally Blonde? Do you like Elle Woods?" And my jaw dropped because I was like, duh. I was like, of course, like Legally Blonde is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay,
And she did exactly that. She faces this stereotype of being the dumb blonde when she is absolutely everything but. She is brilliant and strong-minded and encouraged to, take over the world and do things that she could never imagine. And so immediately when she said Elle Woods, I thought of the lyric immediately. I said, baby, I'm a star. What? Like it's
there you go.
hard.
Mhm.
And the song within 2 hours, like the song wrote itself. And it was really cool to kind of take this character from my past that I love so much and integrate it into not only this body of work, but into my sound and into a message that anyone can relate to. Like
Yeah,
anyone can do it so good. Anybody can be Elwoods.
definitely. They definitely can. Yes. And what can you tell us about the upcoming music video that's going to be coming out later this month?
Well, the music video is honestly one of the most amazing, most challenging, most like incredible experiences that I've ever had in my career so far.
Okay.
And it was super exciting because I have quite the many cameos from
Mhm.
some really, really amazing special guests. I have some amazing queens from RuPaul's Drag Race. I have a good friend of mine who's just a TikTok viral sensation. And I even landed the writers of the original film, Legally Blonde, to come be a part of this. And
Yes.
it's fun, it's pink, it's sexy, it's everything that you could imagine. So I can't wait for people to see it.
Awesome, fantastic. And yeah, I read that in solidarity with the Hollywood strikes, it was important for you to have a cameo from those screenwriters of Legally Blonde. Why
Yeah.
did you want to include them?
Well, especially with what's going on in the entertainment industry, I think it was really, really important to highlight, the women that wrote this movie. I mean, we would not have the films that we have today without the writers. Like Hollywood would be nothing without it. And Legally Blonde would literally not exist without these incredible writers. And so what's really amazing is that they actually saw me perform the song in LA, I would say maybe 4 months ago when I was like
Okay.
previewing the tracks and things like that and getting some feedback. And they loved the song. They literally were so, so excited for it. And so when we were putting together the music video and they reached out, and I was putting my, all, there's so much work that goes into music videos.
Yeah.
But as we were conceptualizing it, I was like, I wonder if they would maybe want to be a part of it. And we reached out and they immediately responded with like such positivity. And they were like, oh my God, yes, please let us. Oh my God. And so, not only is it an exciting, thing for me to have them, but it's also an honor to lift them up, an honor to have them be a part of something that means so much to me, that's always meant so much to me. And I mean, I it just really meant a lot to me that I was able to lift them up in that way.
For sure, definitely. What are your thoughts on the rumors that there's gonna be a Legally Blonde 3?
If there is a Legally Blonde 3, hey y'all, you have the theme song.
There you go. Yep.
Got it. You've got it. Yes. What's so funny is that I have heard a few rumors of it, but now more than ever, I think it's the time to do it.
Exactly. Yes, yes. And Elle Woods will be on your upcoming debut album, Underwater Bubble Pop, which is scheduled to come out on October 20th. So how
Mm.
excited are you to release this full-length project out into the world?
Oh, I'm very excited. It's been a long time coming. I'm really excited just to introduce my reintroduce myself to my audience, because I've always said that I am the mermaid pop star,
Yeah.
but I feel like this is the time for me to really, really show that. I'm really proud of this body of work because it's kind of like a sonic shift for me. It's all the BPMs are higher. The themes are very self-centered, but not in like an egotistical way. They're all about like self-love and
Yeah.
self-empowerment
Mhm.
in a way where my music used to be about, other people, or the grief of a lost loved one, or the fantasy of what it would be like to be in love. And this body of work is all about loving yourself.
Mhm.
And so I'm really, really excited for it. I also think that it's this really amazing blend of like, the camp of my drag, the pop of today, and then also a side that I haven't really been able to fully express and show, which is my Mexican heritage and culture.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
three of the tracks are in Spanish as well. So I'm just excited to kind of reintroduce myself and really show the world exactly who I am
Mhm.
with the thing that means the most to me, which is music.
Definitely. And what are you ultimately hoping that audiences will take away from the album?
I want audiences to be wowed. I want audiences to have fun. That's what I want. I think this body of work is just a dance party with no skips, and it's all about feeling good about yourself and loving yourself. So I
Mhm.
hope that when people listen to it, not only are they like blown away and gagged and like play it on repeat, but uh I hope they leave feeling super empowered, because
Mhm.
that's how I feel every time I listen to it.
Mhm, for sure, definitely. When making music, how involved do you like to be in the process?
All of it,
Okay.
100% all of it. Co-wrote it. I co-wrote the entire project. I've actually only released one song that I didn't write.
Okay.
In my catalog, there's only one song that I haven't written. All of my other music and all of this music, I'm definitely hands-on. I know exactly what I want. I have a, the Aries in me and my ADHD makes me a perfectionist. And so I'm
Here, I'm here.
super hands-on with all of the music. And I had the pleasure of writing and being a part of every track.
Mhm.
And after recording, I was even in the room when we were mixing as well, being like, "No, what about this?" And "Oh, what about this?" And "What if we turn this down a little bit?" And like, "Wait, I want to hear more of it." So I'm really hands-on. I mean, I'm a musician first. I'm a singer first, and I've been singing and making music for as long as I can remember. So um, my hands are always in the mud, getting dirty
Yeah,
with the music.
and you always have a vision that you want to showcase.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
So you've always had a passion and desire to pursue music?
Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, I remember being like in the third grade and watching Britney Spears, and I remember like all of my friends and my bullies used to be like, "Oh, she's so hot. Oh, I wanna make out with Britney." And I remember being like watching her and being like, "I want to be Britney," you
Brittany?
know. And so, but growing up, I grew up in the South as a queer, chubby kid in a Mexican American household in a very conservative. Uh, in a very conservative town. And
Mhm.
so I kind of like learned to like not like anything about myself and to like, hate myself. And I found so much solace in pop music. And
Okay.
it was something that I had like always wanted. And um I never imagined that it would be possible for me. I never imagined that I would be, ever have the opportunity to do this. So,
Mhm.
looking back, like little David would have never believed you had I been like, hey, just so you know, you're going to be a mermaid pop star when you grow up, and you're going to be making music videos and being a pop star and living a fantasy world like you would never imagine. So it's quite literally a dream come true.
Definitely. Well, when and how did drag come into play?
So I actually, I never imagined I would have done drag. I went to school for musical theater, and I moved to New York to be a to be an actor. And when I started working in New York as an actor, I was like, okay, I thought this was gonna be it, but there was something missing. And it was actually through theater that I found drag, and I was cast in a musical called Toast.
Mhm.
And in drag, it was my first time in drag, and I remember it was like the first time I ever was like feminine on stage,
Mhm.
and it felt so right. It felt like everything, I don't know, everything just clicked, and it just came so naturally. And I remember leaving and one of my directors was like, "Are you gonna do drag when you get back to Lagoona? Get back to Laguna. When you get back to New York, you're gonna do drag." And I was like, "Nah, I don't think so." Yes, I
Yeah.
did. And it was one of those things where, I believe that the universe gives you things. The universe like makes things happen, and the universe just like puts things in your life at the right time.
Yeah.
And it was the right time for me. I felt a little empty uh with theater, and when I found drag, it was like this light bulb.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it's here we are almost like 7 years later, and every dream that I've ever wanted for myself has like become reality through drag, and I'm so grateful for it.
That's awesome. So do you have like any desire to like do RuPaul's Drag Race or any of those kind of shows? Have you auditioned before?
Yes, I have. Oh, of course. I mean, that is, I think any drag queen who is pursuing drag full time, that's probably a dream for most of us. And yes, I've auditioned many times. I've auditioned every year since season 12, and I will continue to audition. But I think something that was kind of hard for me to accept, but something that I've fully accepted now and I have made a lot of peace with, is that, that's not really up to me. All
Mhm.
I can do is show up and do my best, and make my art and show it to them. And I also believe in divine timing. I believe in what's meant for you is meant for you. And whether that platform is will one day be mine is not really in my control. And
Yeah,
what I can control is my art, my and the way the things that I reach for, and my attitude about it.
mhm,
So I am just staying hopeful and positive that if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. And if not, my path is my path. So whether or not it happens, of course it would be a dream. It's yes, it would of course be a dream.
mhm.
But if it doesn't, I'm just so happy that I've had the opportunity to come this far and continue to go on this journey with music and drag.
Definitely. I mean, you've had so many great opportunities, and like this year, you opened for Aqua in New York to kick off their world tour, and you took the stage for Kim Petras' "Feed the Beast" album release party. I mean, I just can't imagine what those experiences were like for you. So tell us more about them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really amazing experience. I mean, Kim Petras is like my favorite pop star. She is, I mean, just everything that she stands for, and the representation, her queer representation in this very heteronormative industry is really amazing. And so to get the opportunity to meet her and tell her how much she means to me, and to celebrate the legacy that she's created for so many people, was just like, I remember like just standing there in my heels and being like, oh my God, you're about to meet Kim Petras. What the heck? And opening for Aqua was like that experience was something I never imagined, because it was actually a really full circle moment for me.
Really?
I want to share with you. When I was 5 years old, my uncle set up our first like family desktop computer. I think it was like, what, I don't know. I was five in the 90s. And the first song that he played for us on that computer was Barbie Girl.
Okay.
And I remember, loving it. Obviously, a 5-year-old, just like, and a 5-year-old who was obsessed with Barbies but not allowed to play with them. I was obsessed with Barbie Girl. Well, about 20 years later, I had just started doing drag, and I had just performed on The Voice with
Yeah.
Jessie J. And I came home that Christmas, and I actually went to go visit my uncle and his family. And I was super proud of this moment. And I played the episode for everyone. And my uncle, like, I remember him being really upset. And he pulled me aside afterwards, and he was really hard on me, and he chastised me, and he was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Like, do you really think you're going to do drag? Like, what the heck? Like, no, like, you can't do this. You're not going to be successful. This is not for you. Don't do this. You can't do this. You're going to fail, essentially. And I didn't listen to him. And I told him he was wrong. I was like, no, you're wrong. I was like, this is so special to me. This is so powerful for me. I've never felt like this before. And I didn't let him take it away from me.
Good.
And so 5 years after that, when my team called me to tell me that this was happening, I remember like sobbing and crying, because it was like this moment from the universe that was like, hey, you were right. Like, you're on the right path. You're doing this. And so like for me, I was sitting there like, this I am opening for this band that created this music that he showed me when I was 5. It was
Yes.
like this really, it was like this really amazing like this circle. It was like just a full circle moment for me, and it made me feel it was like a sign from the universe that I was like that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And I mean, it was just so amazing. It was like one of the greatest experiences, I think, because not only to get to share my own music with that audience, but to say that I opened for Aqua is just, I mean, are you kidding?
Yeah.
So it was something I will truly never forget in my life.
For sure. I mean, that is amazing. Aqua is a band that will always stay close to my heart. I mean, growing up as a little gay kid, listening to Barbie Girl and a lot of her other music. So when I found out that you were opening for Aqua, and like, I was just so jealous. I wish I could have been there and see that concert with
Oh,
you. So yeah, I mean, that
thank
I
you.
can imagine what experience that was for you. But you are quickly becoming one of the most iconic pop acts to emerge from New York City. So, what are some future goals you hope to accomplish with your career and platform?
Oh, I mean, I think one of my biggest goals is to inspire other people.
Mhm.
When I grew up, I didn't have a lot of queer representation, in the media, beyond the fact that there was so little of it, growing up. I was very sheltered from it. I was very sheltered from a lot of, pop culture. And I never really saw, I mean, I didn't hear about drag queens until Drag Race. I didn't even know what drag was.
Mhm.
And so for me now, I think one of my biggest inspirations is to be a light for those who think that they cannot.
Mhm.
One, two, I mean, I would love to build a bridge, into mainstream music for drag artists,
Mhm.
because I think drag queens are really overlooked when it
Really.
comes to our music, and which is so insane because some of the most amazing music comes from drag queens. I mean, and we haven't had a drag queen on the Billboard chart since RuPaul. So, I mean, a huge goal would to maybe it would to land on the Billboard charts with this music or music in the future. And then the long-term goals, I'm dreaming big. I want a Grammy, huh? I
Yes.
want to be no, I want to be nominated for best pop vocal, best pop album, like best debut new, I mean best new artist. Like I'm dreaming really big
As you
because
should.
I mean like why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can do anything that you put your mind to, right?
Yep.
And so I dream big, you
As
know?
you as you should, as everyone should.
Exactly.
Yes. All right, Laguna. Well, how can one stay up to date with you the best?
Absolutely. Well, to stay in touch with me best or stay up to date with me, make sure to follow me on all social media at Lagoona Blue. Instagram is Lagoona Blue NYC. Twitter or X is Laguna. Same for TikTok. But yeah, keep in touch with me there, and I can't wait to show you all the amazing things that we have planned.
Perfect. Then before we wrap up, are there any other upcoming projects or anything else you'd like to mention or plug at this time?
I mean, other than Underwater Bubble Pop and Elle Woods, and I think that's about it.
Okay,
And oh, know this. Laguna Blue loves you and sends you a big mermaid hug.
Yes. All right, fantastic.